afternoon. My name is Idani Makas Mraudzi. I'm a master student at the University of Pretoria under the supervision of Prof. Heinventer. My research is on using artificial intelligence techniques to standardize and automate the generation of digital forensic report. So my presentation is constructed as follows. I will take you through my introduction, problem statement, objectives, main ideas, a high-level model, as well as the proposed solution, which is a tool which will be complying to the international standards. So as an introduction, we are all aware that the past decades are commonly known to be ICT, and the cybercrime has been on the rise, and the cybercrime keeps on rising. So as the cybercrimes and other malicious activities takes place on cyberspace, there has been an immense reliability placed on digital forensic reports. These reports are guided by international standards such as ISO 27037, 27042, 27043, as well as 27050. So the problem that this research is addressing is whereby there's a lack of standardized procedures procedures and specifications in automating the generation of digital forensic report, which has resulted in difficulties, inefficiencies, inconsistency in presenting the forensic findings. So as a result, there is no standardized process to automatically generate digital forensic report using AI techniques, especially in a networking environment. So for this study, it is important to suggest a solution that will guide and provide procedures for generating such a report. So the objectives of this study, there are 4 for the moment. So number 1 is to explore the different types of computer forensic investigation reports and reporting mechanism and how they are generated. To evaluate and propose the critical component of a digital forensic report. And also to propose the best AI technique as an enabler to obtain the relevant evidence during the digital forensic process. Lastly, to automate the generation of digital forensic report using AI. So the main ideas for this study. These standards do not provide the guidance as to systematic generation of digital forensic report, as well as how to automate the generation of digital forensic report intelligently. So the AI type to be used during this proposed solution is the NLP, natural language processing. The reason for the natural language processing is mainly because it can analyze a large amount of data within reasonable time. Also, the generated report should still conform to all digital forensic investigation practices, ISO IEC 27037 and ISO IEC 27043 specifically. So the suggested solution makes it easier and more efficient for an investigator when compiling evidence as well as drafting a report. So this is the high-level model. If you can check on the left side, is the exact 27043 process or model to generate digital forensic report. It provides the guidance on how the report should be constructed or should be drafted. So on the far right, is the newly proposed solutions where we incorporate the NLP or I can say AI. So if you check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 4 and 5, they're taken exactly, number 1, 4 and 5, they're taken exactly from the ISO 2703, but the process which is 2 and 3 are the newly proposed solutions that will incorporate AI into the digital forensic reporting. So this is the harmonized process from the original ISO 27043 process. So we have added digital evidence analysis automatically and intelligently generate the digital forensic report. And then the presentation, the investigation closure is still exactly the same as as what is on 27043 standard. So this is the proposed solution. It's a tool that will be guided by the 27043 standard, which has been modified to incorporate AI. So this solution is made up of, it's a tool which is made up of 6 processes: obtain, extract, analyze, examine, and identify suspicious content, as well as report generation. So I will start with the obtain permission, which is the first process in the tool that we are proposing to develop in terms of extracting the report or generating the report automatically. So the first step is obtaining permission, which prompts the user for authorization to access and extract the files from the connected device. So there are potential risks and limitations associated with the obtaining permission process. So you may find out that we have insufficient access control. So this is where, if there are faults in an access control mechanism, unauthorized users may gain access to sensitive data, and this can lead to compromising integrity of the investigation. Weak authentication. If the authentication process is weak, it becomes easier for malicious actors to impersonate authorized users and gain unauthorized access to the tool. Inadequate logging. If the logging mechanisms are insufficient or poorly implemented, it becomes challenging to trace action back and monitor user activities for a specific user that has been impersonated. Lack of accountability. Without appropriate user authorization, it is difficult to establish the accountability for actions taken within the digital forensic tool. The second step is the extraction of files. So this process of extracting files begins by identifying the connected devices or device, determining its type. It either be a hard drive, SSD, or a USB. So the extraction of files process is made up of 4 sub-processes, which is device identification, file system analysis, file extraction, metadata extraction. So it's also have some potential risks and limitations in terms of how it performs if it's not, these controls are not implemented properly. So encryption and password protection. Data may be encrypted or password protected, which can make it very difficult to access without encryption keys or passwords. Secondly, file system corruption. If a sys device has corrupted file systems or damaged sectors, it becomes challenging to retrieve data and more information may be lost or unrecoverable. Data fragmentation. Large files or file systems with significant fragmentations can make data extraction more time-consuming and complex. It may require reassembling of fragmented data. Lastly, there's anti-forensic measures. So perpetrators may take deliberate anti-forensic measures to erase or obfuscate useful digital evidence, making it very challenging to extract information and analyze the information. The third process is the analyze file types. So the analyzing of file types has 2 sub-processes, which is perform the file signature analysis and file extraction validation. So this process employs various procedures, starting with file signature analysis, where it utilizes the magic numbers to precisely identify file formats and their associated applications. So the potential risks and limitations associated with file analysis type is a file format obfuscation. This is where perpetrators intentionally manipulate the file headers or extensions to mislead the investigator. This can make it very difficult to accurately identify the true nature of a file. Sheer volume of file types. Forensics tools may not always keep up to the latest file types, leading to potential oversight. Hidden data. Detecting and extracting this hidden information is crucial for comprehensive forensic analysis. And if there's data that is hidden, the tool may not be able to pick it up. The fourth one is the examining content. So examining content is made up of 5 sub-processes, which is text examination, language detection, keywords extraction, entity recognition, and topic modeling. So the tool initiates the extracting text from applicable files, addressing potential issues regarding characters, encoding, and formatting. So language detecting is then employed to ascertain the language used within the text. So the potential risks and limitations associated with examining content is anti-fraud techniques, whereby a perpetrator may use anti-forensic techniques to hide or destroy digital evidence. This could include tools or methods to delete files securely, alter timestamp, or obfuscate the data. Volatility of data evidence. So digital evidence can be volatile. It can change or be easily destroyed. The last one is data fragmentation, which is digital evidence may be scattered across different storage locations and devices. Piecing together fragmented data to reconstruct a coherent picture can be challenging to examine the content of the digital evidence. The fifth step is identify suspicious content. So here we are detecting anomalies and keywords matching process takes place. So the main purpose of this process is to isolate the content that necessitate closer inspection, enabling a more thorough and accurate analysis. So the potential risks that are associated with the potential risk and limitations that are associated with the the identifying suspicious content are as follows. There's BIOS information. If the BIOS of a device is corrupted, these have a potential to obfuscate the process of the investigation. MAC addresses, collecting MAC addresses from a network interface card. These are unique hardware identifiers that can be used to determine the device manufacturer, sometimes its model, and if this information is tampered with, it may cause hindrance to the digital forensic process. The last one is generating reporting using AI, which is NLP. So this process is made up of template selection, data formatting, suspicious content highlighting, summary generation, and then we can automatically generate the report. So this process serves as to generate the report of digital forensic undergone the tool. Upon completion of the comprehensive analysis, the tool effortlessly transition into reporting phase automatically. So this is where we apply the AI. So there are also potential risks and limitations that are associated with generated report using AI. Incomplete data. Sometimes the data collected may be incomplete due to various reasons, such as encryption, data corruption, intentional data hiding by the perpetrators. This leads to an incomplete report that do not contain valuable or complete data. Technical jargons. So the use of technical language or jargons in report can make it challenging for non-technical stakeholders, such as lawyers, jury members, judges, who may find it difficult to understand the jargon that the report may contain. Lack of standardization. There, there might be lack of standardization format for digital forensic report, leading to inconsistency in reporting across different investigators and agencies. So the proposed processes or proposed solution or model, when you combine it, all of those processes, they make up this full process model that will be employed for the tool that needs to automatically generate a digital forensic report. So in conclusion, with the continuous rise of cybercrime and the need for digital report, there's an immense need to have a better and efficient way to generate these reports. I will close by these remarks from Sherlock Holmes, who says, what one man can invent, another can discover. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adani. Any questions? John, if you could just go back to your first figure with your model with the AI branching off, please. So the question.
This one.
Yes, that one. So obviously with the introduction of AI, the process on the left would be with obviously some tools, but no AI involved, quite a time-consuming process to develop the report.
Yeah.
Obviously AI will assist and perhaps be more thorough as well. My question is to do with, it's according to international standards, but courtrooms around the world, I would imagine with things like admissibility of digital forensics reports could be a little bit different. Where in the process would things like privacy laws and, you know, the contextualization of the evidence that could be collected, where does that happen in the process? Where do you think it would need to happen? Yeah, where would you?
So it's what I'm thinking, but I haven't looked at it.
Okay.
So I think at the first process where the potential digital evidence acquisition, that's where the privacy will start.
Right, and that would still be, that would not be AI,
That will be manual, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so someone would have a look at the relevant
Correct.
laws and restrictions and admissibility
Yeah.
for the country, and then feed into the AI what is applicable.
Correct.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am. Okay. Enda, just a quick one. So, I'm not sure if you looked on how can an AI ensure the accuracy and consistency of the forensic findings when generating the report across the different cases, scenarios. Maybe if I can simplify it, maybe what role an AI can play in reducing human errors bias during the generation of digital forensic reports.
So with AI, the best thing about it is it will assist in terms of reducing time. And usually when there's manual intervention, that's where you start to see a lot of mistakes. So with this tool that will be trained, and especially NLP, which can take some of the words or that can be pre-programmed, it actually limits the errors that human can do in terms of generating the report. So, yeah, I hope I answered the question. Yeah.
Great, thanks for the question.
So, the role of AI in your model. So, can you elaborate a little bit more? Do you assume that you will always have enough data in a digital investigation process? And if not, have you given consideration to generate synthetic data? So that's one. And then I also would like to know why the emphasis is on natural language processing as opposed to large language models, which I think can play an important role here.
So the first question,
There's not enough data.
sorry?
If there's not enough data.
So the first question, the data will always be a lot. And I'm not sure if I can recall the exact word of your question.
It's just that if you want to train AI models, no matter what AI you want to employ, it is based on having enough
Yeah, yeah.
data available.
So information is always a lot, or data is maybe, while we are sitting here, there might be new things that are happening, and then which can lead to the newly AI to be trained to do what it's supposed to do or what we expect it to do. So to answer your question, I will say this study is limited to NLP just because of the amount of time to be invested in the study. We can still expand it in terms of incorporating other AI tools that can accommodate more data.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much, Donnie.
Thank you.